The woman who recently asked about you has no pure intentions. She smiled, but her energy spoke betrayal. You are being watched, and not just by her. Archangel Michael says, her smile was crafted like a mask, but her spirit was screaming louder than words. Behind the warm tone and familiar eyes, something sharp was lingering, an energy that betrayed loyalty. You felt it, didn't you? That chill, that sudden silence in your soul when she asked about you like it was casual, but her curiosity was not born from love. There are eyes on you, and not all are physical. Spiritual watchers have been assigned, some with malicious intent and cloaked purposes. The woman in question is not alone, she's connected to a bigger web, and someone else is pulling her strings. You may be wondering why the atmosphere around you has felt heavier lately. It's because her inquiry activated something. When someone with a tainted heart speaks your name aloud, it echoes through realms you can't see. Archangel Michael says, her motives are layered, and none of them serve your divine purpose. She's trying to collect information, not because she wants to reconnect, but because she's working for another. That other has been jealous of your light for far too long. What she carries is not just gossip or suspicion, it's spiritual venom. If you had allowed her into your space without discernment, that poison would be seeped into your dreams. But heaven stood between her shadow and your doorstep. The moment she asked about you, the air shifted in her presence. She wasn't prepared for how protected you are now. Her intention was to test if the energy around you was still fragile, but instead, she ran into divine resistance. You are being watched, but not in the way people fear. You're being monitored because your destiny is glowing louder than ever. But with this glow, envy always follows like a shadow. She came with charm in her voice and a twisted loyalty behind her smile. That's not affection, it's calculation. Don't confuse her presence with reconciliation. You must protect your energy like it's your last breath. She doesn't want your friendship, she wants access to your downfall. She's probing through people close to you, hoping one will slip and offer her a key. Her conversation was short, but spiritually, it was loud. Every word she spoke vibrated with a hidden assignment. Heaven decoded it instantly. Her name is being noted in Heaven's book of intentions. She cannot disguise her betrayal forever. The mask is thin, and the light you carry burns through lies. Type Amen to get blessing 333. She knew who to ask, and she knew when to ask, because someone close to you betrayed your privacy. There was a leak, and her presence proves it. But what she wasn't ready for was how quickly her name would be spiritually flagged. You're not just protected, you're watched by heaven's fiercest sentinels now. Every time your name is spoken in wickedness, flames rise around your aura. She didn't see the wall that was built around you, but she felt the heat. Archangel Michael says, this is not the first time she's been used against you. Years ago, she was given the same role, but back then, your awareness was low. Now, her script has returned, but your discernment has changed. She will try again, using softer tactics, perhaps pretending to warn you about others. But know this, betrayal wrapped in concern is still betrayal. Her smile cannot silence the truth that's roaring from your spirit now. There's a whisper among certain circles about your elevation. She's among the ones trying to delay it, even subtly. Her presence brings surveillance, not sincerity. Some people don't need access to your home to cause damage. Their words are enough. And her words are weapons dressed as compliments. This isn't about fear, it's about clarity. The enemy can disguise themselves in beautiful clothing, familiar voices, and kind tones. But truth always feels different than flattery. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The woman asked about you, but not because she missed you. She asked because someone is funding the inquiry. You're a topic in a room you were never invited into. Spiritual warfare often begins with a question: how are they doing? But what follows is a setup. She's involved in a plan to create confusion around your current relationships. If you ignore this warning, she'll find a way in, maybe through text, maybe through mutual connection. Be still, but stay guarded. Her steps are being tracked by angelic forces. The moment she sees you smile again, she'll pretend to feel joy, but inside, she'll panic. She wanted to see you broken. She was not prepared to see you standing taller. Some betrayals don't need a knife. They only need curiosity soaked in deception. Her recent inquiry is a sign that she's preparing something subtle. It won't look like an attack, but it will feel like an invasion. You're being given this message now because timing is critical. There are portals of divine movement opening for you, and she's trying to interfere. She wasn't sent by love, she was sent by monitoring spirits disguised as friends. You are protected by fire now, not a literal one, but a spiritual flame that burns deception before it enters. And that's why she's afraid of you. Her mission is falling apart. Type Amen to get blessing 555. There is a reason she suddenly remembered your name after all this time. Someone whispered it to her in a hidden agenda meeting. Your growth has rattled those who once counted on your collapse. You were supposed to fall. That was their plan. But now that you're ascending, she's panicking and seeking information. She'll attempt kindness, even tears. But do not fall for the performance. Discernment is stronger than emotion. You are no longer who you were the last time you saw her. Your aura is heavier now. Your intuition can sense betrayal before it knocks. Archangel Michael says, she's planning to enter through emotional leverage. Don't let old emotions reopen doors you sealed for a reason. Her emotional weaponry cannot break through unless you unlock it willingly. Remember her eyes. The last time you met, there was a flicker of something dark. She blinked too quickly, trying to hide it. This woman who smiled and asked about you recently is acting on behalf of another. That other person feels like your enemy but is cloaked as a friend. Together, they want to misdirect your spiritual compass. They want you distracted. But heaven is alert. You are being informed now so you don't waste energy on setups. Type Amen to get blessing 666. What she said behind your back is different than the words she used when asking about you. There's a tone she uses in private that drips with sarcasm. But when people ask her publicly, she smiles and pretends to care. There's a duality to her, and that's what makes her dangerous. She operates with two masks, and both of them are about to shatter. You must observe, not just her words but who she speaks with. There's a familiar man involved. His name will ring a bell soon. You may feel a sudden shift in energy when she's near or mentioned. That's not paranoia, that's spiritual confirmation. Your body reacts to lies before your brain does. She took something once, a secret of yours. She didn't forget it. In fact, she's been waiting for the perfect time to use it. If you accept her back now, she will become the downfall that blocks your next breakthrough. It won't be immediate, but it will be disguised as small delays, doubts, confusion. That's how spiritual sabotage begins. She will not approach directly, but rather through comments, mutuals, or shared spaces. The setup is subtle, but your awareness will turn the trap into her exposure, and the person who sent her will feel the backlash. Type Amen to get blessing 777. This is deeper than jealousy. It's spiritual espionage. The forces using her are feeding off your light. They want access, not connection. Your light irritates her demons. That's why she looks so sweet but trembles when you around. She can't hold eye contact with you for long. The moment she smiled and asked about you, her spirit leaked the truth. That wasn't admiration, it was scanning. She was trying to decode your strength. Archangel Michael says, her next move will be subtle, something like a suggestion, a question, or an apology. But behind it will be spiritual venom. That venom cannot touch you if you remain spiritually armored. Your ancestors are watching this unfold. You are not walking blind. They are pushing her away silently, but your cooperation is needed to keep her out. Do not revisit that connection, not even to close a chapter. She was never meant to carry a bookmark in your story. Your light has created enemies who wear familiar faces. But now, you're being cloaked in a divine veil. No more easy access. She cannot reach what is sealed by fire. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Do not panic. Awareness is power. This is not to scare you, but to awaken your spiritual defenses. The woman asking about you thinks she's slick, but her aura is already stained by spiritual exposure. She's being watched more than she's watching, and the watchers over you are stronger. There's a shift in the atmosphere around your name. It's glowing, and with glow comes attention. Heaven is cleaning your circle by showing you their real faces. Soon, another person will accidentally reveal her true intentions. It might come through a conversation, a slip of the tongue, or an unexpected message. That will be your final confirmation. Until then, stay silent. Do not engage. Watch, discern, and let heaven finish what it started. This message is your divine alert. The energy behind her smile is not holy. It's dangerous. Type Amen to get blessing 999 if you wish to express your support further. You have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. This ends the Divine Shield message. Stay protected. Stay aware. Heaven is watching closer than ever. She underestimated how far you've come since the last time your names crossed paths. In her mind, you were still vulnerable, still reaching for closure. But you are no longer available to those who only come bearing spiritual traps. Behind her question was a testing spirit. A test to see if your heart would open again. But the truth is, her smile was never healing, it was bait. This woman is one of many now surfacing as you rise. It's a sign that you are nearing breakthrough. Her reappearance was triggered by spiritual alarms sent out by those who can feel your success before it manifests. She's not here by coincidence. She was activated. Her presence was summoned by a force that thrives on delays, diversions, and detours. The rooms she's entered recently have spoken your name with bitterness. But what they didn't realize is that every time your name is spoken, it ascends higher. They speak it in venom, heaven hears it in victory. There are whispers in the spirit about your next chapter, and she's trying to write her way into it without permission. But the pen no longer belongs to her, and the ink she used has dried up with deceit. Every kind smile she sends is layered with calculation. She isn't asking how you are, she's asking if her plan can still work. But her time has expired. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The enemy uses familiarity to infiltrate your circle. He sends old faces, old emotions, old situations to test if you've truly learned. And this woman is a recycled test wrapped in a polished lie. The danger isn't just in what she says. It's in how she makes others talk. She wants your allies to doubt your growth. She will begin softly, mentioning old memories, pretending to miss you. But each word is spiritual fishing bait. Don't take the hook. Her spiritual assignment is to monitor, mimic, and mislead. But your divine protection has rendered her powerless. That's why her smile twitches with fear now. Archangel Michael says, "You've passed the point of being vulnerable to soft attacks. Your discernment has matured into a shield, and her energies now bounce off you like dust against armor." This is not her first attempt. She came in dreams once. She came through others. And now, she's trying to come directly. But the divine realm has drawn a line she cannot cross. Her curiosity will only lead her into exposure. The trap she's laying will become her undoing. You are being kept under heavy spiritual surveillance, not by enemies, but by angels. They are tracking every whisper, every plot, every false conversation tied to your name. And hers is ringing loud. Type Amen to get blessing 222. She thought she could slither her way back into your presence through pity. But you've evolved. Your spirit is no longer accessible to emotional manipulators. The woman who smiled when asking about you has a pattern. She betrays, retreats, and then pretends nothing happened. But this time, heaven is not allowing the cycle to repeat. This message is coming to you at the perfect moment, before she can complete her next move. You are not being paranoid. You are being warned. She aligned herself with spiritual forces that feed on confusion. That's why she shows up when your clarity is blooming. She is chaos cloaked in a familiar tone. Your next chapter does not need the presence of old weights. She cannot walk in your new garden with muddy feet. Her presence would rot the fruits of your growth. There are people she's speaking to right now, pretending to defend you while secretly poisoning the conversation. But every word she speaks is being captured by divine ears. And the judgment over her intentions has begun. You're not alone in this. You are seen, shielded, and supported. And she will feel the consequence of mocking your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 121. What she doesn't realize is that her plan is leaking. Every hidden motive she's hiding is being revealed to those around her. They're beginning to sense something's wrong. The more she tries to find out about you, the more exposed she becomes. She's walking in circles, thinking she's clever. But heaven sees circles as traps, and now she's caught in one. The reason this feels personal is because it is. She has been allowed access before, and it hurt you. But this time, that access has been revoked by divine authority. Your name carries a frequency now that burns anything impure. That's why people like her can't stay long near you without trembling. Her curiosity isn't admiration, it's insecurity in disguise. You've become untouchable in ways she cannot understand. Every attempt to enter your space will now cost her spiritually. And soon, she will feel it in her health, her peace, and her sleep. Archangel Michael says, you were not meant to be her project. You were not designed to be her information source. You are a temple, not a topic. She asked about you. And the vibration of that question was heard in 3 dimensions. It triggered divine attention to her actions. She can't undo what's already been revealed in the spirit. Her name is now among those being processed for spiritual exposure. You only need to stay quiet and let heaven handle the outcome. Type Amen to get blessing 333. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Your energy is in high demand right now. It's no surprise she reappeared, but the real surprise will be how quickly her fake loyalty collapses. People like her operate in patterns. They wait until they think your light is stable, then they circle like moths. But now your light isn't just glowing, it's guarded. The conversation she had was short, but it was loaded. She asked about you with a smirk, and your angels responded with fire. Now she's restless and pacing. Don't respond. Don't explain. You owe her no access. Every time she utters your name, a part of her plan weakens. She cannot win against someone walking with divine favor. Her whispers can't match your spiritual thunder. This is not a message of fear, it's a call to stay elevated. Keep flying high above the frequencies she operates in. Her level can no longer reach yours. She tried to step into your light, but her shadows screamed too loud. And now, even those around her are starting to wonder what her true intentions are. The spirit of truth is unraveling her disguise. Let it happen. Let the unraveling continue. Type Amen to get blessing 432. The woman who smiled with fake care has ignited something irreversible. The heavens are now watching her every move. What she tried to plant in darkness will now grow thorns in her own path. She's worried. She feels it. And that unease is the beginning of her exposure. This is your confirmation. Don't go back. Don't entertain her lies. Your spiritual elevation is repelling everything that isn't clean. And that includes her smile. You are walking into destiny, and she's stuck in a cycle. You don't owe her a single explanation. Let her wonder. Let her panic. Her smile was a mask, and now it's melting. She cannot hide from divine light, and she will have to answer for every question she asked about you in secret. The divine realm knows the hearts of all, and her heart has been weighed. It was not pure. Let this be your final release. Do not carry her into your next chapter. You're not here to explain your peace to people who created your chaos. You are free. Stay guarded. Stay rising. Type Amen to get blessing 711. You may not have realized it, but your silence is making more noise in her world than any words could. She expected you to reach out, to seek her, to ask why she was asking. But heaven put a divine pause in your spirit, for protection. She feels that pause now. She is restless because her spell didn't work. And that's what it was, a spiritual attempt to tug your soul back into confusion. The woman who asked about you has ties to more than one enemy in your past. She has merged with a group that wants to delay you. But her association will now cost her peace. She didn't ask about you with the intention to heal. She asked so she could harvest what's left of your old identity. But she didn't realize your old self is gone. Now that she can't access you, she's growing bitter. She's trying new ways to create gossip just to provoke your attention. But you are not here to play with snakes. You are rising with lions. Her time in your story is over. She might whisper to others, "I just wanted to check in," but heaven has already decoded the lie behind those words. And those who truly carry light will begin to see her for what she is. Type Amen to get blessing 818. Your growth triggered her need for control. But this time, she will find none. What she wanted to control has now been covered in light. She smiled when your name came up, but not from joy. It was the smile of someone who thinks they are smarter than the truth. But truth is undefeated. You no longer live at the spiritual address where she once visited. She can knock, but no door will open. The building has collapsed and been rebuilt on sacred ground. She will soon try to plant doubt through another woman, someone mutual. That person might come bearing concern, but it will be wrapped in manipulation. Be watchful, not worried. Heaven will give you dreams, signs, and sudden shifts. You will know when to step back. Archangel Michael says, her strategy is rooted in repetition. She always uses emotion first, then silence, then sudden concern. But you are no longer available for the cycle. Your name has power. When she speaks it now, it shakes the foundation of her own lies. That's why she seems nervous. Her next step will determine everything, and she will walk directly into divine consequence. Her curiosity turned into spiritual trespass. Type Amen to get blessing 919. You were hidden for a reason. Heaven kept you low for a season so the wolves could be revealed. And now that you re-rising, the wolves are howling. She didn't expect to feel exposed. She thought she was playing chess while you were unaware. But heaven plays no games with protected souls. You are a divine disruption to every plan that tries to come through a backdoor. And her knock has been denied. Her alliances are shifting because she's being left behind. Even the ones who whispered with her are stepping back. She's becoming a burden. There's something spiritual happening every time she says your name now. It's followed by silence. That silence is heaven speaking. Your name will not be used as currency for gossip anymore. The energy around your identity is too sacred. Those who misuse it will feel the aftermath. She will try again, perhaps with a false apology. She might say, "I just want peace." But peace from a tainted vessel brings spiritual infection. You have been chosen for separation. Let her fade. Do not send light to someone who rejected it when it was freely given. Type Amen to get blessing 744. She's losing grip. Her mask is cracking. The smile she wears has now turned into a smirk of desperation. She asked about you, and now she's being asked about. Heaven is questioning her spirit. Angels are surrounding her motives. You are not just a person anymore, you are a testimony. What you've survived is proof. And she tried to play a role in dimming that proof. Her thoughts have become loud in the spirit realm. That's why you're feeling odd surges of emotion at night. You are sensing her projections. But don't panic. Just rebuke them. Her spiritual arrows have been returned to sender. What she did before didn't destroy you, but what she's trying now might destroy her. Because this time, divine fire is watching. You've graduated from confusion. You've been promoted to peace. And those who try to drag you backward will only fall behind. Type Amen to get blessing 626 the next time she hears your name. It will come from a source she didn't expect. And it will not be in the tone of failure, but of favor. That's when her envy will fully awaken. She wanted to know how you were doing, but not for your well-being. She wanted to hear that you were struggling. Instead, she's hearing that you're glowing. She will not be able to fake support for long. The next time she congratulates you, it will sound hollow. Because her spirit is not clapping. You're not being warned just for today. You're being positioned to never fall into her trap again. It's over. You will see her again, but this time, from a higher place. And she will look up, not because she admires you, but because she can't reach you anymore. The false smile she used to carry when your name came up will melt into silence. And she will regret playing games with someone anointed. Type Amen to get blessing 848. You don't owe her a meeting. You don't owe her your time. You owe yourself peace. She tried to study your pain. But now all she'll see is purpose. You've turned your wounds into wonders. Her plan is falling apart because you stopped engaging. Your silence was the sword. And it cut her access completely. She was only strong when you were weak. Now that you've grown, her energy fades. She has no power without your participation. This woman, the one who recently asked about you, carries a curse she doesn't recognize. She is spiritually surrounded by consequences. And soon, even her allies will abandon her. This isn't revenge. This is spiritual order. Heaven is balancing the scales. The day she tried to study you, her own flaws were exposed. And now, her name is being processed by divine judgment. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You were never meant to chase closure with her. Closure was granted when your name was cleared in heaven. Let that be enough. The circle she's part of is crumbling. Conversations that once included your name in mockery now echo with regret. Because your glow has outlived their gossip. Archangel Michael says, you've outgrown her narrative. She cannot define you anymore. And every word she speaks now brings her closer to spiritual silence. Let the heavens finish the work. You only need to remain still. Her downfall will not require your energy. You will not need to explain why you stayed distant. The truth will reveal itself. People will see her intent. Stay alert. Stay grounded. You are moving through a divine filter, and she's being removed like dust. Type Amen to get blessing 1000. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You've done the inner work. Now let the outer shift unfold. This woman's plans have officially failed. She's seen your name surrounded by new favor and opportunity. That's why she's watching. But her sight is distorted by jealousy. Soon, she'll try to speak sweetly of you. Let her talk. It changes nothing in heaven. Your soul has been placed beyond her reach, and what she once hoped to use against you now stands as her mirror. Keep walking. Her questions will fade into silence. Your glow will be the only answer needed.